Hello everyone and welcome to another video of yours truly WordyLive, and today's video is something that was requested a while ago and I decided to hop onto it now, and is a simple tutorial on how to use OBS. We all get confused, we all get scared of trying out new things such as OBS or XSplit or any other streaming related piece of software because we just don't know about it, and as humans we're afraid of the unknown. So hopefully this video gives you the confidence to be able to go through the software and be able to stream, because this software is really good. You have a lot of creative leeway such as overlays, alerts and all of that stuff, and I'll go through them and show you how to set them up. So as you can see here, I have this little thing called tutorial. My scene, like I use OBS all the time, so all of my scenes will be full up. I will have them for IRLs, mains, a few little gimmicks and even an end. And that was what you will need for OBS. So I recommend creating templates and then getting into them, and I'll show you how to create these templates. So in this scene here, you'll see that it's empty. You have to add sources, so you'll be able to put a webcam on, so you'll be able to show your alerts, etc, etc. To create a scene itself, all you have to do is go to this plus sign and type in your scene name. We've already done that, so we don't have to create another one. But you also do the exact same thing when you want to put in your sources. So you hit add and you go to each one of these individually for whatever you may need them. For example, video capture device. This allows you to add a webcam so everyone can see your face while you stream and while you record. And then people, depending on what you're using your OBS for, you can have stuff such as the game capture, display capture, or a Windows capture, so you'll be able to record your sources like I am right now. To be able to put in your alerts, you will need to put in a thing called a browser source. This browser source allows you to use your alerts, as you can see here, chat box, your cheers, your follows, whatever you want them to. This is how people use OBS to show who's all their new followers, to show all their new subs, their cheers, their raids, and their hosts. And you will need to go to whatever bot you're using, such as Streamlabs, such as StreamElements. Grab the browser source alert box from them. You will bring them into your OBS. You'll hit OK, and this little window will come up. For example, the URL that you see here, that is the browser source URL you will use from Streamlabs to put them in, so you will be able to see all the alerts, because the alerts are activated on their site and they transfer the data to your OBS once you have the browser source link activated. Since we're finished with our alerts, I will go into the settings itself, because a lot of people get confused of what settings they should optimize, and I'll go through them bit by bit. For example, general, I would recommend leaving this as it is, because I've never touched it. Unless you want to change your language or something like that, it's not really something you should go into. Stream, very, very simple. You will choose the source that you're looking for. DLive, Mixer, Twitch, or some other sites that I will not mention. For the server, hit recommended. It will automatically send you to the server that is closer to you, and if that server isn't going well, it will automatically throw you to the next server that is still working. Down here is your stream key. You will go to your Twitch profile, your Mixer profile, or whatever, and find your stream key, and then you will copy and paste it in here and connect it. And so every time you go live, it will automatically go straight to that channel. Doesn't matter if it's YouTube, Mixer, or anything. As long as you got your stream key, it will automatically connect. So this differs depending on what you want to use it for and how strong your equipment is. I've got some pretty good stuff. Like I've got a 1070 graphics card, even though it's not the best one on the market. 32 gigabytes of RAM, i7, and my computer can hold up to the high quality for streaming and recording. So for me, these are my optimal settings: performance, high, GPU, CBR. I wouldn't recommend messing with the CBR because it can get really, really tricky if you don't know what you're doing. Then we got the bitrate. The bitrate is the quality, the crispiness of what your stream is going to look like. I have mine set to 6000. I have my keyframe interval set to 1. That's just because I'm able to do it. If you mess around with your key intervals, it can really hinder your performance if your computer cannot live up for the performance. I have my preset set for performance, so it's able to perform at its highest quality. You have other stuff such as max quality, max performance, low latency quality, and low latency performance. This will allow you to mess around with the GPU, the CPU, so it doesn't mess around with your computer too much while you're streaming, because if your computer isn't up for it, you'll see a lot of lag, you'll see a lot of stuttering, and your recordings won't be as optimized as you would like them to be. I have my profile set for high, but I recommend for anyone that has a low-end PC or even a laptop, go for main. Then you have look ahead and visual tuning. As you can see here, enables dynamic B frames. If disabled, the encoder will always use the number of B frames specified in the max B frame setting. If enabled, it will increase visual quality, as you can see with this, by only using however many B frames are necessary up to the maximum at the cost of increased GPU utilization. So unless you've got like a good graphics card that can, you know, can take the beating, I wouldn't recommend having it clicked. But I do because I have the equipment for it. I leave my GPU at 0. That's the recommended setting I've had, and I just end up leaving it there. And the max B frames for the Psycho visual tuning to 2, so it doesn't hinder me too much. There was one thing I almost forgot: the encoder. The encoder is very, very important to use, and everyone, including their grandmother, ends up using the NVIDIA NVENC encoder because it leaves less strain on your CPU and just focuses on the power of your GPU. Like, especially if you've got a very, very good GPU, you'll be able to use this and you will have no problem with stutter or anything like that. You can use the same settings that you want for recording, and they all translate over once you know what you're doing. Then we have the audio. This just transfers where all of the sound is coming from. For example, desktop audio, are you going to be sending them to your headphones? Are you going to send them to your speakers? You have a wide option once you bring down the drop down menu, like so. Like mine is set for my Razer Kraken headphones, so I'll be able to hear everything through OBS. Then you have your mic auxiliary audio. This is where the microphone comes in. You can either use a microphone the way I'm using now, such as this guy, or you'll be using your headset, because every headset comes with a microphone, so you will be clicking on the drop down menu and choosing what you want it to be. Now, here's another interesting thing. This is the video quality. So I stream at 1920 by 1080. As I said before earlier in the video, my computer is able to take these, so I would recommend testing out different resolution qualities on any test stream or any test recording, just to see if you get any stutter, if you get any lag issues, anything like that. Because I used to stream with like the base canvas of 1920 by 1080 when I first got my computer, before I upgraded everything, but my output resolution was down to like 2080. The downscale filter I recommend having as bilinear, but a mere fact that it's the fastest of all the settings. However, if scaled too much, it can cause a bit of blurriness, as it says there. And I have my FPS set to 60 frames because I can take it. That's the way my computer runs, and I haven't had any problems with my recording so far. And then the others are just hotkeys, like you want to create shortcuts for your transitions, to turn your mic on and off. Yeah, or you have like a few little tricky sound bites that you want to use. And then we got our advanced, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't even touch, because there's no point. So I wouldn't recommend touching it unless you're really experimental. So we got another thing as well called a stinger, and a stinger is a transition between two scenes in your OBS. There's another cool thing with OBS you can do as well, and it's called transitions. Transitions are these little frames of animation that appear when you switch between scenes. So instead of you popping into one scene or another, this comes down and closes just so you can appear in another scene, and it adds a little bit of flair as if you teleported somewhere, or we're all on a journey and we've just went through a door. I'll show you an example of one. So as you can see, I'm here now. I'm down in my control center. We've just transported to another scene, and the stinger allowed a smooth transition between the scenes. Transitions are cool, especially if you have a creative way of using them. To activate a transition, you simply go to Scene Transitions here, and go to this place. It won't always say Stinger because it will either have cut, fade, or digi because a Stinger won't be activated. You have to add a Stinger to it, so you will go to this plus sign and add Stinger. And a Stinger is a piece of animation that would already have a video animation. So you go to the video file, browse, and wherever you have it saved, you will go and find it and add it to your Stinger to create such animations. And I recommend going to places such as Nerd or Die, because they have a lot of free stuff that you can use and mess around with, some animated overlays to spruce up your scenes and other transitions and codes. I've used them many times. They are really cool. The stuff that I have here now is from them, and I would highly recommend them. Guys, this is a basic tutorial on how to use OBS. When we go through any more advanced stuff such as overlays, or even a little step-by-step of how to add alert boxes, do let me know in the comments below, and I shall see you all in the next one. Ciao.